Hey guys, episode 52 of the stock portfolio series. So it's been about a year. I'll have to do a review of the year at some point. Not too much movement in the total portfolio this week, up about 1,000. But you may see I've finally got an ISA into IG trading. So this was the Hargreaves Lansdown ISA that was holding my GDXJ. I was hoping to move this into the two silver funds, the SIL and SILJ silver miner ETFs, but I didn't realise they're not ISA compatible, so not been able to do that. So I've had to pick an assortment of various silver companies. Most of these, or all of these, are in the mining ETFs that I was looking at anyway. Pan American was pretty much the biggest, and Wheaton Precious Metals was the other biggest, and Fresnillo, a fairly big one, based in, or listed in the UK. Fortuna, a slightly smaller miner, more speculative, and Metalla. So Metalla and Wheaton Precious Metals don't actually mine themselves; they're royalty companies. So they pay the big miners for a stream of their production, basically. So whatever, say, Pan American mine, Wheaton get a percentage of. So they pay a fee for that, and it's just a little bit more stable revenue. They haven't got to spend the money exploring. They just get a portion of the revenue. So it means they trade slightly more expensive because it's the revenue's just more known. They haven't got the the worries that the actual miners have, but yeah, seem quite good. So got Wheaton, basically the largest one in the world, as far as I can see, and Metalla, a small cap royalty company. So yeah, that's what I've had to go with, because the ETFs aren't available. But the GDX and GDXJ do seem to be available. So when the polymetal investment gets transferred over, that's still with iWeb at the moment. I'll probably still just put that into the GDX and GDXJ, and then keep this little assortment of silver companies as the silver allocation. So yeah, finally into IG. Fairly exciting. On the ISA side, on the 212 side, not a lot's happened, down about 300 quid. The ARC is actually nearly in profit. Those have been having a reasonably good month, really. Chinese tech doing quite well, Alibaba and Baidu in the invest account as well. REITs not really moved. Argo blockchain down 3% for the week. Probably going to get a lot worse if prices don't pick up. They've just taken a drop this morning. The ETP did pretty badly, 11% down. So that's where a little bit of the loss has come from. The general miners haven't moved a huge amount. The REITs again haven't moved a huge amount. Things like First Majestic down a little. Still a bit rocky on gold and silver price. Polymetal up a little. And Sylvania Platinum pretty much flat. So yeah, not a lot really happened in the ISA this week. But on the invest account, it was doing quite well. So what are we, 2,500 up on the week. No additions, obviously. We're still going to be a little while. If you see my crypto video tomorrow, you'll see I've put my weekly allocation of money into that. But yeah, so some of these companies doing quite well. Some sort of fairly flat, as I say. Alibaba sort of doing quite well. Some of the sort of more steady holdings, just with some nice steady gains. Baidu sort of doing even better than Alibaba, actually, back above 200. Bank of Nova Scotia not doing too bad. Barrett and Taylor Wimpey sort of still struggling. Bristol Myers pretty flat. Broadcom pretty flat. BT I'm still very happy with, sort of above £2. Wasn't expecting to see that quite so soon. eBay had a pretty good week, 7%. Very happy with that. FedEx still sort of, seems very rocky at the moment, but happy with the longer term. Glencore doing pretty well, but that was after a big drop, so not too bad on those. Pretty flat for my holding, 1% up. Intel pretty flat. Obviously the emerging markets ETF had a little tick up with the Chinese tech doing well. Kia Group, 120% profit now. I haven't seen anything sort of particularly in the news on this. I have to look and see if something's happened, but they were doing their rights issue and hopefully wiping off sort of pretty much all of the debt, as I understood, so should, in theory, not have a great deal of effect on price, but people might start to sort of see them in a bit more of a positive light now if they have no debt going forward. Kroger sort of fairly flat, doing pretty well. Lennar pretty flat. Lockheed, not really too much happening with these. Nintendo down a little. Down 2% overall. I was at break even. Porsche up 3%, which is interesting with Volkswagen down. Process, bit of an interesting one, down 2%, even though the Chinese techs sort of had a really good week. So would really like to be putting some more into this at the moment, but would rather go for crypto at the moment. If I had cash, I think I would be going for that. Renault sort of pretty flat. Rio Tinto had a move up after, again, sort of a lot of the miners had a great big drop during the week. Bit of rough sort of ESG news for Rio Tinto, sort of they're thinking the mine explosion sort of mistake isn't the only mistake that they've made, so people sort of digging up what they've done in the past. Probably not going to be good news. Shell, 6.5% for the week. Oil still sort of laughing in the face of inflation and the dollar rising and everything. Just keeps breaking new sort of highs for the last couple of years. Samsung pretty flat. Sega, I really would like to be sort of adding to this. The more I look into Sega, the more I'm just sort of thinking it's a lot of stuff for $3 billion. So, not going to be able to at the moment, but I was thinking maybe see if they're on IG, and you can sort of get a little bit more certainty on price, but I bought a little bit. I think I got a dividend and just sort of put that into Sega. I think I had 400 shares and just bought another 18 with a little bit of free cash. So buying a little bit. Seneca Foods, 9% for the week. Haven't seen anything sort of in particular from them. Just I guess it's a small cap, so it can quite easily move up that sort of amount. Not Sony sort of doing quite well. don't think there was too many other big movers. Small cap ETF's done well, 4% for the week. Stellantis doing quite well as well, 4% for the week. But yeah, that's off the back of a drop, so still sort of fairly flat in the on the month. TSMC's fairly flat. Same with Taylor Wimpey. Turtle Beach is down at a real run up towards sort of $38, but has come back down again. But yeah, still fairly happy with them. 18% up. Seems good value. Tyson up a couple of percent. Vale had another good week, same as the other miners. Doing a little bit better than Glencore and Rio Tinto though. So happy with them. As I say, Volkswagen sort of hasn't done quite as well as Porsche. But interesting to see how that one will go. Beatrice just sort of fairly flat, and Verizon's always flat. So yeah, interesting week. Some ups and some downs. Yeah, got the ISA open though with IG. Hopefully another one to come soon. And yeah, hopefully we'll ride this crypto downturn out and start adding some more money sort of in the next couple of months, hopefully. But I have now got to make the decision on whether to put it here or put it in IG with a general investment account. So I haven't got anything in there at the moment, but yeah, could be one to top up. Would kind of, like to split them up long term. Maybe not half and half, 212 and IG, but sort of maybe get a reasonable amount in IG. But yeah, so leave your thoughts in the comments below and like and subscribe. See you soon.